各位记者朋友，大家下午好。
Good afternoon. Welcome to today's press conference. Now I'm ready to take your questions.
谢谢发言人，总台。
CCTV. China submitted its position paper on global cyber governance in the digital intelligent age to the first meeting of the Global Mechanism on Developments in the Field of ICTs. Can you share more information on that? As the latest step to implement the global governance initiative and build a community with a shared future in cyberspace, China submitted a position paper to the Global Mechanism on Developments in the Field of ICTs to share China's latest position and propositions on global cyber governance in the digital intelligent age. The document advocates respecting digital sovereignty and promoting development for all. Countries have the right to independently choose their path of digital intelligent technology development, including AI, as well as to independently choose AI technologies, products, and services in light of their respective national conditions. No country should be forced to take sides. This is another important principle after cyber sovereignty that China put forward on global cyber governance. The document stresses that all countries should observe the purposes and principles of the UN Charter in cyberspace to jointly safeguard peace and stability. It also calls for upholding multilateralism and addressing effectively the disruptive impacts of emerging technologies such as AI on cybersecurity, and formulates international cyberspace rules that keep pace with the times. China stands ready to have closer cooperation with other countries to enable a more just, equitable, and effective international order in cyberspace and build a community with a shared future in cyberspace. Next one, please.
Thank you. Question from Reuters.
路透社澳大利亚外长黄英贤在东亚系列外长会期间称，澳大利亚认为中国在太平洋的导弹试射行为破坏地区稳定。他并对近期中国与菲律宾在南海发生的事件表示严重关切，他还说，澳大利亚对南海发生的某些咄咄逼人的行为感到担忧，认为地区各国需要选择如何应对，中方对此有何回应？
China has made its position quite clear on the malicious attack by the Philippine personnel against the Chinese law enforcement personnel. Relevant countries disregard the basic facts of the infringement and provocations by the Philippines, made grounded accusations against China, and continuously fabricating the illegal and null and void the so-called South China Sea arbitration. China firmly opposes that. Under the joint efforts by China and ASEAN countries, the situation at the South China Sea is generally stable. The Philippines deliberately infringed upon China's and made provocations, which is the root causes of the tensions at sea. Relevant countries is not the countries directly involved at the South China Sea and has no right to involve in the issues. It is plain for anyone to see that once there are minor developments, there are always been the same handful of countries to oppose China, regardless of the facts and merits. Their aim is whether to defend the peace and stability at the South China Sea or to stir up trouble at sea, which is quite clear for everyone. China urges relevant countries to stop creating tensions, stirring up confrontations, faithfully respect efforts by regional countries to safeguard peace and stability at the South China Sea. China will continue to firmly safeguard its own sovereignty, rights, and interests, continue to resolve disputes through dialogue and consultation with countries directly involved, and work with ASEAN countries to comprehensively, effectively implement the DOC, promote the consultation on the COC, and jointly safeguard the peace and stability at the South China Sea. On the missile test, China has made its position quite clear. This is a routine military activities and is not targeted at any specific country or target. China has informed relevant countries, including Australia, in advance, which is consistent with international law and international customs. Next question, please.
大家还有其他问题吗？
Any other question?
好，那今天的记者。
That concludes today's press conference. Thank you all.